Hello students, for your topic for corporate crime today is concept of white collar crime. The concept of white collar crime is associated with E.H. Sutherland. E.H. Sutherland introduced the term white collar crime, and he pointed out that besides the traditional crimes like assault, robbery, dacoity, murder, rape, kidnapping, which involves violence, there are certain antisocial activities which are also happening by the persons of upper status who are doing it and carrying on this kind of antisocial activities during the course of their occupation of business. So he pointed out on these kind of crimes and termed it as white collar crime. In 1934, Morris drew attention to the necessity of a change in emphasis regarding crime. He asserted that antisocial activities of persons of high status committed in course of their profession must be brought within the category of crime and should be made punishable. So he pointed out that they should be given a separate category, and and these kind of crimes should be punishable. And E.H. Sutherland named this kind of crimes that are being committed by persons of upper status on in course of their occupation of business. He termed it as white collar crime to distinguish it from the traditional crimes, which was termed as blue collar crimes. The concept of white collar crime found its place in the criminology for the first time in 1941 when Sutherland first published this research paper on white collar criminality in the American Sociological Review. He defined white collar crime as a crime committed by persons of high social status in course of their occupation. So the main important point of white collar crime is this, that it should be a crime which is committed by a person who has a high social status and is doing such kind of a crime in during the course of their occupation. For example, misrepresentation through fraudulent advertisement, infringement of patents, copyrights, trademarks, and etc. Sir Walter Reckless said white collar crimes are committed by persons of status and not for need but for greed. Sutherland further pointed out that white collar crimes are more harmful than the traditional crimes because the impact of financial loss it gives to the society is far more and greater than the financial loss that occurs through the traditional crimes. Classification of white collar crimes. White collar crimes are divided in there are four major categories. The first one is ad hoc crimes. In the ad hoc crimes, the offender pursues his own individual objective, having no face to face contact with the victim. For example, tax evasion, credit card frauds, hacking on computers. The second one is white collar crimes, which involves breach of trust or breach of faith. For example, trading, insider trading, misuse of funds, and financial embezzlements. Then the third kind is in this the individuals who occupy high positions or status, they commit this kind of crimes in incidental to and in furtherance of their organizational operations. The, for example, uh, medical bill claims, fake educational institutions, all of these come under this category of white collar crime. People who are occupying high position commit such crime not because of any kind of a central purpose, but because they individually find an opportunity in their course of employment with which they can earn quick money and gain undue advantages by using the power or the influence that they carry because of their employment. The fourth kind of white collar crime is fourth classification is the white collar crimes committed as part of business itself, like violation of trademarks, copyrights, patent law, competition law, etc. Now, the difference with other traditional crimes. When we talk about white collar crimes are the crimes that are committed by persons who have a very respectable and high social status and who commit this during their course of their occupation. White collar crimes involve criminal activities which are committed by people in the regular course of their business, like bribery, extortion, fraud, embezzlement. White collar crimes usually end up in a good amount of financial gain for the committee, and white collar crimes are performed in the course of business committed, and it is committed for a financial gain. Professor Edwin has defined white collar crime as crime committed by persons of respectability and high social status in course of their occupation. The developments in the IT sector has also increased the dimensions of white collar criminality, and these kind of crimes, the white collar crimes, are committed in greed. Most of the people who commit this kind of crimes are financially secure. The rise of technology, growing business, political pressures have opened up the occurrence of white collar crime, and there are new dimensions that are coming up for white collar crimes. Forms of white collar crime also includes internet fraud, stock fraud, bribery, work health, safety violation, income tax evasion, bank fraud, blackmail, credit card fraud, insurance fraud, healthcare fraud, cellular phone fraud. Now, with the blue collar crime are the traditional crimes, the basic crimes that we know about, like murder, robbery. All of this is blue collar crime, like property crimes. The all kind of crimes that involve violence in it, like sex crimes, breaking and entering, drug crimes. All of this comes under the blue collar crimes, which are the traditional crimes. So, blue collar crimes holds a general net group of crimes, and it has no official legal classification. Blue collar crimes are generally small scale crimes which are committed for immediate benefit or gain by the individual or group of individuals. This type of crimes can also include personal related crimes, like it could occur during a fight or hostilities. So it could be an immediate reaction also. The term blue collar crime were originally created to define those crimes committed by someone from the working or lower class of society. Mostly blue collar crimes are those crimes that are considered to be fueled by passion, rage, and other emotions, as compared to those that are carefully calculated and executed. Crimes that cause injury to people or property are blue collar crimes. Like I have given examples of property crimes, theft crimes, murder, assault, sex crimes, all of this. Blue collar crimes usually used to identify crime normally of a small scale nature, in contrast to white collar crime. It is generally attributed to people of lower class. It is it does not wholly means low income earners in work, but also includes unemployed who are also members of lower classes. Due to nature of the work, blue collar crimes generally don't have the access or opportunity to commit crimes within the work organization, such as security frauds or embezzlement. These crimes, which require a status and power within the organization, can be done with help of white collar workers in the organization. So, because these people don't have the opportunity and access to such high organizations, they don't fall and they doesn't get the opportunity. They don't get the opportunity to commit such kind of crimes. But people who belong to such kind of status and power, they can only commit white collar crimes. This is not to say that white collar workers do not commit blue collar crimes. White collar workers can. So, over here, white collar workers can commit blue collar crimes, but blue collar ones, the one who belong to the low class, doesn't have access to commit white collar crimes. White collar criminality has a close empathy to the attitudes and values of culture in a specific society. So it is focusing on a specific society, the high society. This can be identified from the fact that white collar criminals are intelligent, they are stable, they are successful, and they are men of high social status as compared with the traditional and the ordinary crimes.